Hey everyone, welcome to lecture series A2. Before we learn the accusative, let's understand where it belongs. In German, there are four cases called Fälle: Nominativ, Akkusativ, Dativ, und Genitiv. Think of them as different jobs that nouns have in a sentence. And today we will focus on accusative. And do not worry about dative and genitive yet. We will learn them later in the course. First, let's quickly review the nominative because understanding the nominative makes the accusative much easier. So, nominative is the easiest case, and the nominative is the subject, which we call Subjekt auf Deutsch. And the subject basically does the action and answer wer oder was. So, for example, if you want to say a man or the man buys a car. So, der Mann kauft ein Auto. And here, who buys the car? Naturally, the man, der Mann. Therefore, der Mann is nominative. And a simple trick, ask was, what, and wer, who, and was, what. So the answer is usually the nominative if you ask what or who. Now let's look at the object that receives the action. That is where the accusative begins. And now let's look at another example. The car is expensive. So now ask, what is expensive? Das Auto ist teuer. Again, das Auto is nominative. So remember, the nominative usually answers wer means who, or was means what. Here in car, it is we are asking what is expensive. So the car is expensive. Das Auto ist teuer. And here we are asking who buys the car. Der Mann kauft ein Auto. Der Mann is nominative, and also here das Auto is also nominative. So let's move forward to accusative. So the accusative case is used to mark the direct object in sentence. In a sentence. And what is direct object? So direct object is the person or thing that directly precedes the action of the verb. And to identify it, you ask the questions. You ask whom, like when, or what, was. Also, der Akkusativ wird verwendet, das Direktobjekt im Satz zu kennzeichnen. Das direkte Objekt ist die Person oder Sache, die direkt die Handlung des Verbs erhält. Um es zu identifizieren, fragen Sie wenn oder was. Let's do some examples. For example, I see the dog. I would say ich sehe den Hund. If you see in the dictionary, you would see it is der Hund. So here, nominative question would be, who sees the dog? And the answer is I. Ich, Nominativ. Wer sieht den Hund? Ich sehe den Hund, right? But here, the direct object, accusative question would be, wen sehe ich? Whom do I see? So, ich sehe den Hund. Den Hund is the direct object here. And the next example, if I want to say she reads a book, sie liest ein Buch. So here, nominative question would be, who reads a book? Wer liest ein Buch? Sie, Nominativ, right? But accusative question would be, what does she read? Here, like what does she read? And was liest sie? Ein Buch. Ein Buch is actually accusative direct object here. Now let's look at the articles. I'm going to build a table step by step so you can clearly see what changes and what stays the same. In German, articles change depending on the case. So we have 4 cases: nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. For today's lesson, we are only focusing on the accusative and nominative. Dative and genitive columns in the table are only there so you can see the complete picture. We will study them in detail in future lectures. As I fill in the table, pay special attention to the nominative and accusative columns. So now let's start with the German definite articles. Der, die, das und die. Now, den, die, das und die. Now take a moment and compare the nominative and accusative forms. Can you spot the difference? You will notice that only the masculine article changes. Der become den. The feminine article stays the same, the neuter article stays the same, and the plural article also stays the same. And now let's do the same for the indefinite articles. Again, look carefully. Ein, eine, ein, and there is no plural for indefinite articles. Einen, eine, ein. Here you see ein becomes einen. The feminine and neuter forms remain unchanged in accusative, and this is the most important article rule for the accusative. If you remember, der becomes den and ein becomes einen. You will already avoid many common mistakes in German. That's all for today's lesson on the accusative. In the next lecture, we will continue this topic and look at more accusative rules, example, and common exam patterns. So don't forget to download the worksheet and vocabulary sheet. They will help you revise and practice everything we have learned today. And if you found this lesson helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, press the bell icon so you get notified whenever a new lecture is uploaded. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.